We begin a new segment here on Daytime that's designed to take away some of the apprehension or confusion people feel when planning a funeral. And what better way to help than to get a little straight talk with an experienced funeral director. I'm joined today by Jeff Edwards, the owner of Edwards Funeral Service, along with Beth Buxton, both funeral directors. So welcome to both of you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And Jeff, you know, it's one of those topics that people seem to avoid, sometimes necessary to talk about, but you say they shouldn't feel uncomfortable. This is really a natural conversation.
It is. I mean, death is the natural part of life. I mean, it's the end stage, but it's going to happen to absolutely everyone. So it's not something that you need to feel apprehensive about. And we try to, you know, be mellow, if you will, and make people feel comfortable to start the conversation.
How long have you been in this business, and what drew you to this business in the first place?
I've been in the business for 11 years now. What drew me to the business, a 7th grade paper that I had to do, and it wasn't, you know, my first career, obviously, but that was my first career goal. Never made it, but then eventually had the opportunity to circle back around and do what I thought I would enjoy and now absolutely love, and that's help others in a difficult,
right.
awkward time in their life.
Mm-hmm. And Beth, I know it is a difficult time, and
Yes.
one of the things you say is that folks should start to think of this ahead of time, because it does help them through it when it's a really hard time to discuss these things. And one of your points is to have a representative. What does that mean for a family?
Well, that simply means that someone should select a person they trust and they want to take care of their body after death. Automatically, it doesn't go to a power of attorney. It doesn't go to the family or friend that you want it to go to. So you really should take the time to research and get the form that you need to designate that representative.
And if you don't, what does happen?
If you don't, it's going to go to your legal next of kin, whether you're estranged from that next of kin, whether you don't have a relationship with that next of kin. Legally, that's who gets to make the decisions about your method of disposition and your funeral arrangements.
So this is all about taking control before others take control for you.
That's correct.
You have a form there, Jeff, and I know this is a way for people to get started because they may not know, well, how do I start that process? You know?
Right. It may seem like a complicated process, but it's really a simple fix. There is a form called Ohio's Appointment of Representative form, which allows each one of us to have a say after we have passed on. The form is designed to allow you to appoint someone to handle your arrangements. And if you don't do the form ahead of time, then the law steps in and says who your next of kin is.
You know, this is interesting because I think many people feel they need an attorney for these sorts of things, and that's not necessary. This form will take care of their needs?
An attorney is not necessary. This form will take care of that. It's a simple form to fill out. It's available at our funeral home. We'll make it available on our website. It just requires your written requirements, or what your expectations are, and who you want to handle your funeral arrangements or your cremation arrangements. And it just requires 2 witness signatures or 1 notary signature.
Okay.
It does not need to be filed you know, anywhere officially. I recommend that families, you know, give the funeral home a copy and the person you appoint a copy, and then of course anyone in your family that you feel close to.
Very good advice. And Beth, people should do that. I mean, if they're watching today, there's really no reason, no matter how old they are, where they are in their stage of their life, they should do this.
They really should. We don't know when we're going to die. So it's important to make plans. This is just one part of planning. People fill out living wills every day, simple wills. They make advanced funeral plans. This is just a part of it, and it's an important part. We recommend everyone have an appointed representative, especially people that are estranged from their family. Maybe they have a spouse that they've never divorced, and that spouse can step in over adult children and make decisions.
Wow. Things you never think about until that
Right.
time, and then there's some issues going on, which are
Right.
even really difficult to deal with on top of the situation of a death in the family. So
Yes.
this is just the beginning of many conversations we'll have to try to help folks understand. Beth and Jeff, thank you so much for being here. We're on the right path to get started. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, Gail.
Thank you.